Hello team, so I'm like I'm right on time actually. It's 2 o'clock. I thought it was going to be like a minute or two early, but I'm excited to go over this topic. Thank you for being flexible with me with the time. As you can tell, I got my hair done. I really needed to get it done by before Summit in 2 weeks, and my hairdresser was going to be out of town for 2 weeks, so I was like, oh my gosh, someone had canceled their appointment today or whatever, so I had to make it work. So thank you for being flexible. If you're watching this recording, no worries, you guys, everything is recorded, okay? And I get how crazy life gets, and sometimes you can't get on live. It's really nice to have people live because it helps me to see who's showing up, and I kind of feed off of your engagement and stuff like that. So if you're hopping on, make sure that you show some love because I do really like that. But watching the recordings are always there, okay? And just a side note on that, so we've been doing different, hey Sarah, we've been doing different trainings for the last couple months in here, and there's a lot of really good content from top leaders on this team, you guys. So if you're looking from your phone, or if you're looking from your laptop or your computer, you can just click videos. Okay, it should be on like I believe it's like on your phone, you have to click info, and then you can see the videos and photos and all that stuff. But if you're on your laptop, it's to the left side, and you can see like files and videos and pictures. Make sure you click videos and start going through those trainings, because the tips that these leaders have given, I am already applying to my business. I can't wait to try out Brittany's 2-week kind of sneak peek into challenge groups. I'm going to take it and turn it into my own, and I can't wait to do that. So, without further ado, I want to start talking about the topic of leading from the front and controlling the controllable, you guys. This is so hard, okay? This is so hard because with the kind of business that we're in, you guys, our coaches are looking to us, okay? And whether you're a brand new coach or you are a seasoned coach where you've been a coach for a couple years or close to 8 years like me, it can be very overwhelming at times to know that your coaches are going to do everything that you do, good and bad. And it can be stressful, but it also is a really cool opportunity to really, become the best version of yourself, because you have a whole team depending on you, okay? And even at times where I'm like, oh, why is our team going through this? If I peel back the layers, I see that I was the first one who went through it. I'm the one that kind of started that ball, unfortunately, and fortunately on both sides of the spectrum, okay? So before we dive in, you guys, I want you to ask yourself these questions, okay? The first question is, am I being the product of the product to the best of my ability? Okay, so I understand some people have some health issues going on, some people have a pregnancy, so many different things that are going on, but are you doing it to the best of your ability? Okay, are you showing up every single day for that workout, or are you jumping around and you're like, oh, I want to try this, no, I'll do this? That's not being the product of the product, you guys. These programs are created the way they are for a reason, okay? And I look back when I first started really following, my phone's turning, sorry, but when I really started following the calendars, because I couldn't understand why I didn't have that confidence in our programs. And when I actually started following the programs to a T and sticking to the nutrition and drinking my Shakeology every single day and not letting it stock up, okay, I was able to talk about the programs and that program specifically with confidence because I was actually doing it, okay? When you're not doing it, how are you supposed to talk to people about it? Okay, that's when it's going to come across salesy and icky because you're not speaking your truth. Okay, when you're sharing people your truth, okay, the good, the bad, the ugly, they're going to know that. Okay, so are you doing that to the best of your ability? You need to do it first, okay, because your coaches and your clients will follow suit. Okay, if you're not sticking to it and you're not showing your results, they're not going to. Okay, the other is, am I doing my personal development daily? Okay, are you doing, and personal development is so personal. Okay, are you listening to books that other coaches have suggested and you're like, I'm just not jiving with this. It's just not my thing. And you're just trying to get through it because you see other people going through it. Don't do that, okay? You need to find personal development that's personal to you, that speaks to you, because we're all at different points, okay? So for me, I'm listening to The Power of I Am by Joel Osteen for like the second or third time, because I know that that's what I need in me right now, okay? I need those positive thoughts telling me who I am, okay? So find something that speaks to your soul every single day. Don't just follow what everyone else is doing. So are you actually doing your personal development every single day, or is that the thing that like kind of is on the back burner for you? Okay, if it is, you need to figure out how to get it in first thing in the morning. The next thing is, am I inviting and not putting a cap on my potential in this area? Yeah, we say 3 to 5 people every single day. Okay, 3 to 5 people every single day. Are you doing that? Or are you getting minimum maybe 1 per day and then total like 3 or 4 per week? Your team's going to follow that, you guys. That's why you always see me setting the bar higher, because I know that if I cap myself out, you guys are going to cap yourselves out, okay? You need to continue to push yourself harder, okay? There's nothing holding you back besides your freaking self, okay? And what you're telling yourself, if you keep telling yourself, I'm going to hit Success Club 10, I'm going to hit Success Club 10, I'm going to hit Success Club, blah, blah, I can't even talk, Success Club 10, and then you hit it, and then you're like, all right, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Your team's going to do that. And you're going to be like, why don't I have these people who are pushing harder? Because you're not doing it, okay? I always, Success Club 10, and then it's like, all right, next goal. Where are we going now? Okay, Success Club 15, 20, 30. What am I capable of this month, okay? So continue to push yourself, okay? Or are you letting past failures, you guys, this is huge. Are you pushing yourself higher than a cap that you've set for yourself, okay? So not setting a bar, but going higher, okay? Or are you letting past failures hold you back, okay? Are you saying, I hit diamond, but then I dropped, okay? Or, you know what? It's been like 3 or 4 months since I've hit Success Club, so I can't hit it. Come on, okay? You need to know that if you tell yourself you're going to hit it, you're going to hit it. If you're going to tell yourself you're not going to hit it, you're not going to hit it. Because when you're saying, I'm going to do this, you're speaking truth, okay? But then you're going to put these actions into place because you're telling yourself you're going to do it, okay? It really is that simple, you guys. Or, this is a big thing too. Are you telling yourself, oh, Facebook is messing up my posts, right? Facebook's messing up my posts and people aren't seeing my posts and kind of wallowing in it? Or are you saying, okay, I need to change with the times. What's working right now? I have to do a live invite through video. I have to take a little more time in the building the relationship phase instead of just doing a cold invite. Okay, I need to change and adapt and continue to try these different things and not cap myself out. Okay, and then the last one is, am I sharing my successes with my clients and my coaches? Okay, or am I dulling our light? Am I dulling my light? Am I dulling their light? You have to share what this business is doing for you guys every single freaking day. That's what we call those jabs, okay? You're sharing what it's doing for you. The coaches that I see do this, their team, their posts, they start growing. Yes, we don't start with like 20 likes or 40 likes or 50 likes and 30 comments. Heck no, you guys, heck no. You have to build that up. Brittany Wright's a really good example of this, okay? Her coaching invite posts and her hooks and her jabs about the coaching are doing very well because she's consistent about it and she's sharing, okay? Sharing the good, the bad, the ugly, okay? So don't dull your light, you guys. There's a way around, like, not bragging, but inspiring people through what you're doing. And if you're sharing every single day, your coaches are going to share. And if we don't share, people are not going to know. Okay, there was a quote, and hopefully I don't mess this up because I really mess up quotes, but there was a quote from, I forget who I listened to, but they said, when you're not talking, it was in Get Over Your Damn Self, I think. When you're not talking about the opportunity, your mouth is shut, you're robbing people of that opportunity. Okay, all right? Okay, so ask yourself those questions in those 4 areas, you guys, and you'll hear so many coaches talk about those 4 areas. Why? Because they're the vital behaviors, you guys. And if you're struggling right now, okay, the chances that one of those areas, those 4 areas right there, are lacking, okay, are not a priority in your life or in the way that you're running your business. I've been in it for 8 years, you guys. 8 years. There's been so many periods where I've had to check myself before I wreck myself. That's what my dad always says. I have to go back and I have to say, okay, something is missing. What am I sucking at? And for me, it's usually inviting, surprise, right? Inviting to the coaching opportunity as well as my personal development. I can nail my workouts and everything, and I'm fine with the recognition and loving on you guys, but it's like, oh man, what am I sucking at? Personal development, inviting. What are yours? Okay, what do you know? And guys, don't be afraid to share. Okay, I want to see this stuff. What do you feel like you're not giving your all in one of those 4 areas right now? Okay, because if you say it out loud, if you put it out there, okay, then you know where you need to fix. Okay, all right. Okay, so I just listened to this on the way home from my haircut, and it hit me hard. We have to be content with where we're at right now. Now, I get you guys have big goals. I have big goals too, and I have big goals for you, okay? And it can be so easy to say, when I hit diamond, I will be happy. Or when I'm at 2-star and I can open my second business center, I'm going to be so happy. Or when I lose those 20 pounds, or when I have those go-getters on my team, okay? When I have those team builders on my team, when I see my coaches doing this, then I'll be happy. No, you guys, no. You have to start first with yourself. And tell yourself you're content with where you're at. Because that doesn't mean that you're done and you're not trying to move forward and strive for more. It means that you're happy with where you're at right now, but you're going to continue to go for bigger goals. Because I will tell you guys, when you hit big things, if you are not content, hi baby T, hi baby, hang on, say hi guys. She's being a stinker today. But if you're not content with where you're at and you go and hit these goals, newsflash, you're still not gonna be content with where you're at. Okay, there's been things that we've accomplished, and I'm not gonna go over which ones, because then you'll be like, oh, but there's been things that we've accomplished as a team that I pushed for and I pushed for and I pushed for and helped you guys push there. And then I get there and I realize that I'm still not happy because I'm not happy with the kind of person that I was, or I wasn't happy with whatever. Okay, we expect to hit these goals and then be happy. No, you need to be content with where you're at and love on yourself and then go for those goals. Okay? Yes, does that make sense? Okay. So when I catch myself missing an area of the business, you guys, I have to, go over and I have to look and I have to notice that every single person in our downline, and it doesn't happen, not every person, but majority of the leaders on this team, they start missing that too, okay? Because your coaches are going to do what they see you do. They're not going to do what they hear you say. Okay, let me say that again. Your coaches and your clients are going to do what they see you do, not what they hear you say. Okay, I can talk till I'm blue in the face about something, but if I'm not doing it in my business, why would you guys, right? Because you're like, well, if she's not doing it, I'm not going to do it. Obviously, she doesn't need it to be successful, right? So you need to do it first. That's what's leading from the front. Okay, that's what they mean by leading from the front, because your coaches follow what you do. Okay, if you're not checking into the team groups, they're not going to either. Okay, I get messages, why is my team group so dead? Are you checking into our team group? Are you loving in our team group? Your coaches might not see that you're not checking into the team group, right? But they can sense it. Okay, so if you're not checking into the groups, they're not going to. Are you watching the trainings that we're doing? Okay. Are you watching the trainings? Are you getting on the team hardcore calls? Are you investing yourself in this business? Because if you're not, they're not going to either. Are you expecting them to share their truths, their ahas, their struggles on social media? And you're not. Okay? You need to ask yourself these questions, you guys. Are you not talking about the business every single day on your page? Because guess what? Your coaches are not going to either if you don't. Okay? Are you putting yourself out there and being vulnerable? They're not going to if they Are you sharing your journey, your befores, your afters, even if you didn't get the results that you wanted to? Okay, that's real life sometimes, okay? And if you're not sharing that, they're not going to either, okay? You have to be the best challenger that you have ever freaking had in your challenge group. I don't care if that challenge group is dead, you guys. You need to stick to it, and you post every single day, and you share, because your challengers are going to see that. And yeah, it might take them a month, and I get it. I've had dead groups before, and I've talked about this in another training. I've had it before, okay? And I've stopped. And that does not give a good impression of who I am as a coach, okay? But in those groups where I actually stick it out, even if it's dead, you better believe the next 30 days when I invite them in, a couple start posting, not all of them, but a couple do, okay? And then it just continues to kind of grow. And as you bring new people in, they see, oh, this is the norm. And it just continues to go. And not everyone will check in, okay? But the majority of them will, okay? Because you've already created that environment. You have to start with yourself. Okay, let me make sure that I didn't miss anything. Okay, so anything that you, and hopefully I've hammered this topic in already, but anything that you expect your coaches to do, you need to do first. Okay, all right. Okay, so I just want to make sure I didn't miss this because I was in a preachy mode when I posted that, or when I wrote this up. So, oh, this is a good one. Okay, so anytime you feel like you're struggling, you guys, and you're needing to get into the rhythm of being a good leader, okay, and leading from the front and helping your coaches, okay, something that helps me, okay, is at the end of my day or the end of my power hour or whatever you want to call it, I ask myself, based off of my actions today for the business, for the 4 vital behaviors that I went over at the beginning, and what else I do for my business every single day. Would I hire myself or would I fire myself? Okay, and you have to be objective. Okay, don't get upset if you're like, oh man, I would fire myself. Okay, you can be a little upset for like 5 minutes, but say, okay, I need to sit back down and do more work. Okay, because this is your business, you guys. Here's the thing. You get to be your own CEO. That's so cool. That's so cool that you get to be your own CEO. Now, on the flip side, you don't have anyone checking on you. Okay, we don't have micromanagers on this team. Okay, I pride our team on being mentors. Okay, so if you're one of my personally sponsored coaches, the chances of me checking in on you every single day and saying, why aren't you doing your work, are very slim to none. Okay, because that's not fun. You don't want someone doing that, but it's also tough because it's like, I have to be my own manager. I have to be the person that sets the bar higher for myself and says, yeah, I would probably fire myself off of this. I think it was Jen Hepka that said, she said, you know, it's our job description to do these things every single day, the 4 vital behaviors every single day, okay? It's our job description. And if you were working in an actual corporate office and you were, you know, either having your job stay or you were going to lose it based off of your actions. Think about that, you guys. Unfortunately, we don't have that here, but fortunately, we don't have that there, right? You get to do it on your own. Cool, okay? Also, you guys, you have to adopt that mentality, okay? It's going to help you. It will help you move past parts where you feel like you're sticky and you're like stuck, okay, and you're like, I don't know what to do. Go back to asking yourself that every single day, okay? And once you get into the rhythm, then you don't have to actually ask yourself unless it's really helping you, okay? So, you cannot rely on your upline to grow this business for you, okay? You cannot. I think back to 8 years ago when I signed up, and actually it was July 9th, so it's almost 8 years, July 9th, 2009. And when I signed up, you guys, we had nothing. We had nothing. I think Janelle she didn't even have a team group on Facebook yet. Okay, we were not Team Hardcore yet. I believe she just came up with that team name like 2 years ago. I love her. We were Turbo Sister, okay? And we didn't have any team groups. We didn't have trainings. I don't believe she was doing a weekly team call at that time because she was still pretty new to being a coach as well, and we didn't know what worked and what didn't work. We didn't have all of these trainings and these things at your disposal. You guys, you have so many resources, almost probably too many that it can paralyze you, right? Because you're like, I don't want to miss anything, but then I also don't have time to do all this stuff, right? It's like so much stuff, okay? But you can't rely on your upline to build this business for you. That upline is there for you, to help you, to mentor you, to give you tips and suggestions. But they're not the one sitting at home doing the work, okay? Well, they're doing their own work, okay? And we can give you these resources, but at the end of the day, you have to be the one that does the work, okay? And it's going to be hard. It's going to be times where you want to give up, right? Because you're like, I'm not getting the results that I want, or I had someone be nasty to me, or my husband is getting upset that I'm working later, or whatever it is, okay? There's going to be times where you want to throw in the towel, you guys. But just know that that sweet spot is coming, okay? It's right there. It's right there. And you have to just sit down and be so disciplined every single day to get the stuff done. Lindsay Matway is a very good example of someone who doesn't have an upline, who turned her business into a huge business, multi-million, dollar business, has the highest rank in the entire company with 4-time superstar diamond coach, okay? So it's not your upline's fault, okay? This is when I'm going to get a little harsh for a second, okay? Because I know that we have amazing uplines in here, but who knows? Look in the mirror and tell yourself why you're not succeeding. It's not because of someone else. It's because of what you're doing in your business right now, okay? Ouch. I remember when I had to have that realization with myself. It wasn't Janelle's fault. Janelle's amazing. She's always there if I need her, okay? And you guys always have me. You always have me. But I'm not going to be the one that tells you that you have to do this stuff. You have to be the one that sits down and does it, okay? All right? Okay. So let's talk about the controllable and the uncontrollable. Okay, so first we're going to start with the uncontrollable. What you don't have control over. Okay, these are things you get to bless and release. Okay, the first one is that you cannot control who says yes and who says no, you guys. You cannot control that. God, I wish we could, right? It'd be so amazing if you could say, I talked to 10 people and all 10 said yes, right? No, that does not happen, okay? They may come back, especially the way that you make them feel and love on them, okay? They'll come back when they're ready, and that's always nice, okay? But you can't say you have control over who says yes and who says no, okay? You don't have control over which coaches on your team stay active, okay? You don't. You do have control over how you share what Shakeology will do for them, okay? What this business will do for them. You don't have control over who's actually going to stay active. You don't have control over who's going to care about your rank, okay? No. Your coaches don't care about your rank, okay? They care about their rank. Everyone is what's in it for me. Okay, so you need to love on those coaches and meet them where they're at, okay, and say, how can I help you? Not how can you help me? When you're saying, how can I help me? Oh, it's such an icky feeling, okay? What can I do to help you? I learned that very quickly, you guys, in this business, and that's one of the reasons that we became a top 10 coach, because I realized, cool, it's not about me, it's about what my team does. It's about what they're doing and they're succeeding. And the more that I love on them, the more that I help them, that's the more that our team succeeds. And this is fun. It's the best feeling when you see your coaches start succeeding, you guys. I've asked, I've told several of you this. I'm addicted to seeing our team succeed and seeing coaches quit their jobs and, come home with their children and get their first $100 check and signing up their first challenger. And that's what you need to focus on. Okay. What can you do to help them? Okay. You don't have control over who's going to care about your team. Okay. You don't. Unfortunately, you don't have control over who cares about your business. I kind of honed that in, but it's true, okay? Number 5, you don't care whether or not they believe, or you don't care, you don't have control over whether or not they believe in themselves, but you can point them to resources to help build their confidence, okay? You don't have control over who takes advantage of the opportunity in front of them, okay? Because guys, the opportunity in front of you is so big. It's so big, and the reason that you don't see more people do it is because it can be hard, okay? Everything in life is hard, you guys, but it can be hard at times, okay? And It really does take consistency. It takes consistency, okay? And most people give up before they're right at that point. Okay, so you don't have control over who takes advantage of the opportunity in front of them. You don't have control over who does their vitals every single day. You don't have control over who runs and invites to a challenge group. You don't have control over who decides to be a team builder or a discount coach. You don't, okay? You don't have control who rank advances on your team. Okay, you don't have control over that. You don't have control over who hits Success Club. You don't have control over who becomes an independent working team leader on your team. Okay, and what I mean by that is they're actually going out and building a team, opening their own team pages, running their own team calls. You don't have control over that. And you do not have control over how their lifestyle fits into this business. Okay, they have to be the one that takes control of that. Okay? So what do we have control over? Okay, now that we've just blessed and released, like, okay, I don't have control over what my coaches do, okay? As long as you're doing what I talked about at the beginning, where you're leading from the front, the right ones are going to shine through, you guys. The right people, the ones who are watching this live or watching in the recording, those people are going to pick up on that, okay? And they are going to run. They are going to take off like crazy, and you never know who it's going to be, okay? For Janelle, she had no idea that I would ever turn my business into what I did because I was a discount coach for 2 years, okay? So don't write off those discount coaches, okay? They may come back when it's the right opportunity for them. Okay, so what do we have control over? Okay, I'm going to rant for a second. And you guys will just have to tell me if you have this as well. I just had a phone call come through. For the last 2 months, you guys, 2 months, someone has been calling me, and I believe that it's like a telemarketer or something trying to sell me on something. And it's been the same, no, it's not the same number. They changed like the last 4 digits because I've been blocking them every single time. It's like 6 calls a day. And I've tried to stay on the phone. Sorry, this is a side note. I've tried to stay on the phone and like tell them to stop calling me. And as soon as I say, stop calling me, they hang up on me. It's like the most frustrating thing in the world. They just called me. Okay, off my rant. So let's focus on what we have control over, okay? We have control over what we do in our business. We have full control over that, you guys. Full control. Your upline doesn't. Your social media followers don't. You do, okay? You have full effing control. I won't cuss because I'm trying to change my cussing for Tenley because you're starting to talk. But you have control over it, you guys. You have control over what you do in your business every single day. No one else does, okay? And you have, don't let, when people say no to you or coaches quit or whatever, define how you do your business, okay? You are in full control of yourself. No one else is, okay? Number 2, you have control over how many people you help, okay? We all know the numbers, guys. We all know that if you talk to 10 people, that 1 to 2 are going to say yes. Okay, and if you really have a strong relationship with the people you're talking to, then 2 or 3. Okay, it's a higher percentage. All right, we can help more people, so just talk to more people. Okay, we have control over how many people we're talking to. Okay, we have control over how you share your passion. Hopefully you guys can sense that I'm passionate. Okay, your passion, your vision, and your business with your team. That's what you have control over. Okay, if you go into your group and you're always like, no one's checking in, okay, and you're like, wah, wah, your team can sense that. But if you're like, you know what, I don't like how this is going, so I'm going to go in there and I'm going to be passionate in my group and I'm going to share with them. Even if it's dead in there, I'm going to do it. I challenge you guys, okay? I challenge you guys right now, starting today, 30 days to go live in your team group. I don't care if it's dead. I don't care if there's a couple people commenting, but I want you to check in and go live for 5 minutes or less, okay, it doesn't have to be long, every single day and share something with them, something that you've learned from your personal development, something that you've learned from this, something that you've learned from, I don't know, that you're just doing in your business that's working. Share every single day. 30 days, you guys. I have no doubt that if your group is dead right now, by the end of those 30 days, you're going to have at least 1 or 2 people checking in, okay? 1 or 2 people that are starting to pick up on your passion, okay? I challenge you. Okay, you have control over how you build your team and your recruit, okay? Let's be for real. I want you to ask yourself, when was the last time you added a coach to your team? Okay? Your team will not grow if you are not growing. Okay, if you are not building and you are not adding coaches to your team, your coaches are not going to. Okay, you should shoot for at least 2 new coaches every single month on your business or to your team. And why? Because that's basically you going emerald over and over and over again. Yes, if you want to have major goals and go for bigger things, which I've done in my life, then multiply that number, you guys. Go for 8, go for 10, go for 12. There's no reason why you can't, except for what you're telling yourself right here, okay? All right? But go for a minimum of 2 new coaches. You have control over that. You just talk to more people, okay? If you're like, Meg, everyone's saying no to me. Okay, well, maybe you need to take a step back and build relationships and talk about what coaching is doing for you a little more on your page, and then talk to people about coaching, okay? Maybe some things are a little out of alignment. All right, you need to, you have control over leading by example and setting your team culture, okay? Yes? Okay, you have control over caring about yourself and caring about others, okay? Showing your coaches how to love on their coaches, okay? You have control over taking advantage of the opportunity in front of you, okay? You have control over sharing your journey on social media. Okay, you have full control over that, about being vulnerable and real. And I get it's scary, you guys, but the more open and real you are, the more people are going to relate to you and they're going to want to work with you. Okay, that's what makes you stand apart from other coaches. You have control over fueling your mindset every day with positive personal development. Okay, you have control over that stuff, you guys. Like I said before, you don't have control over who's going to follow your lead, okay? When you start putting your foot first, okay, and you start leading from the front, I want to make sure I mention this, okay? You will, it'll take a little bit of time, okay? It'll take a little bit of time. I always have to remind myself that, and Janelle has talked about this on her trainings, that when you start doing something new for your business or for your team, and you're really hustling, it's going to take your coaches a good 30 to 60 to 90 days to start hustling with you, okay? And say that you have 5 coaches, 1 coach is going to hustle with you, okay? So don't get so skewed with the numbers that you're like, I have 5 coaches and none of them are working the business. Okay, well, you need to talk to more people. You need to build your business. When we get stuck, you guys, it's because we're trying to micromanage. Okay, and we're trying to, invest so much time and effort into these coaches who, they don't want it, you guys, and you cannot want it for them. When I finally took a step back and said, okay, I bless and release. I bless and release, and they know whenever they're ready, I'm here. I will continue to keep them in the team groups and send them emails and love on them. And if they want to join a challenge group, then they can join my challenge group. If they are ready to join an emerald group, they can join the emerald group. They can continue to move forward, but I'm not doing it for them. Okay? Because when you're trying to micromanage, you guys, and put your goals on other people, that's when your business stalls. Okay? Don't micromanage. Don't micromanage. I've been there, you guys. It's okay. Brush it off and say, okay, maybe I need to stop. Okay? And it can be hard to say, okay, I have 10 coaches and none of them are working the business. I can't get any emeralds. Okay? No one wants to work it. Did you build with discount coaches? That's okay. You need to go out and find more coaches, okay? And find the ones who are hungry and ready to go. How do you find those people? You be that person first, okay? There is no secret. You be that person. That's how you attract those people into your culture, okay? You do it first, okay? No more pulling people along, all right? Promise yourself and promise me you're not going to do it, okay? Because when that coach finally accepts that they're ready to move forward, oh, it's so much more beautiful than you having to push and pull them along, okay? Because they get to do it for themselves. All right. Last thing that I want to cover, is going to be like a minute and then I'm done. So, some of you guys saw that I went live, I believe on Monday, and I said about a picture challenge in July. And I just said, just post your your workout picture every single day on your page. And some of you guys were like, cool, I'm in. Others were like, I'm already doing that. Awesome, I'm in. Well, I want to add another layer to that, okay? I really do feel, especially because it's the middle of summer, you guys, that we need to have a Love on Yourself July. Okay, yes, I said it. Love on Yourself July. I know it's not too snazzy, but that's about the best that I can do. Love on Yourself July. And what that entails is doing your photos every single day. So sharing every single day starting July 3rd, okay? Every single day something about your fitness journey, okay? And the miracle morning. Okay, the miracle morning. If you are not reading the miracle morning for network marketers, I highly suggest it. You guys, it's the perfect time of year, especially if you're someone who's going to Summit, because you can get kind of a jump start on your goals and your focus so that when you get to Summit, it's even more real, right? You see these people walking across stage and you're like, I'm going to do that. It gives like more fire under your goals, right? So that you can come back and crush it. Okay, so start that miracle morning for network marketers on July 3rd. The other side of this, okay, did I say July 10th? I can't remember. I'm mixing up dates. See, this is how my mind works, guys. The other side of this, I think I did say July 10th. So the other side of this, you guys, is that we are going to, I have a coach challenge group that I run every single month. And you guys might be in there, some of you. The thing that I'm going to do in there to hold you accountable is it's going to turn into an accountability group for the business. We are going to be checking in on the 4 vital behaviors every single day in there. Okay, so if you're someone who hasn't quite made it into the Hustle for the Stars group, cool, that's okay. You can totally join this group. Okay, I'll be putting a form out tomorrow for you to sign up for it, okay? And it's just simple. Just give me your email address, basically. But we will start July 10th, okay? July 3rd, I don't know. What day? How about you guys comment below and you let me know? July 3rd or July 10th? We should probably start July 3rd because that gives us more time. But we're going to start doing the Miracle Morning, and we're doing our workouts and everything together, okay? So it'll be the 4 vital behaviors with the Miracle Morning every single day in that group, okay? All right, I am done. Now, remember, you have control over the things that you have control over. You don't have control over the things that I said that you don't have control over. So let them go, okay? Crush the end of June, you guys. Today is June 28th. We have control over who we go talk to. So go talk to more people. Lead from the front and know that it's going to take a little bit of time to trickle into your team. But once it trickles in, God almighty, it's amazing. All right, guys, thank you for listening. And I need to go love on my baby. I'll talk to you later.